Hey, welcome in. November the 18th, Friday. That means high school football playoff action, and we're all over it at PressPros Magazine. We'll tell you about it in this edition of the Lowdown, which is brought to you exclusively by Lehman's Hardware and Old Time General Store. Big games tonight. Big games tonight. Big games on Saturday. And so let's talk about where are we headed? Well, Division I, Columbus in Region 3. Gahanna, New Albany, rematch of a regular season game won by Gahanna Lincoln. They'll play that one at the original Crew Stadium right on I-71 as you're heading into the Ohio State Fairgrounds. Gahanna's lost only once this season. New Albany's lost 3 times. New Albany lost in the regional finals last year to Upper Arlington. They'd certainly like to atone for that. Lincoln, they're having their best season in 20 years, 30 years, maybe ever. So we'll see if Coach Bruce Ward gets the victory tonight or if the New Albany Eagles avenge a loss to Gahanna Lincoln during the regular season. The surprise team of Division I is Olentangy Liberty, the 8th seed. But Liberty's won 8 of its last 10 after an 0-3 start. They're in London tonight to take on second-seeded Springfield. The Wildcats trying to get back to the state championship game in Division I, where they lost last year to Lakewood St. Edward. Quarterback Bryce Schondelmeyer has an array of D1 talent at wide receiver, so we'll see if Liberty, which has been stout defensively here in the latter half of the regular season and the postseason, can get it done and continue its Cinderella postseason run. That one tonight is at London. Now, we are covering New Albany and Gahanna. Our Steve Blackledge will be out there. Unfortunately, we could not find staff to cover the second game, Springfield and Olentangy Liberty. So whoever wins that one will get to you next week. But we are where else tonight? Why can't we be at Springfield and Olentangy? Because we'll be in Trotwood for Tippecanoe, number 3 seed in Division III, Region 12, taking on the defending state runner-up, Hamilton-Baden, undefeated. That one is for the regional championship in Region 12. And then Division 5, Milton Union, undefeated. The Bulldogs having a great season under head coach Brett Pierce. They returned 18 seniors. They are all playing a significant role for Milton, and they're taking on Valley View in a rematch of Week 2 in the regular season, which Milton won 24-14. It's a reflection of the TRC that despite that win over Valley View, Milton Union is the 2nd seed in the regional. Valley View is number 1, even though Milton won their game during the regular season by 10 points. So we will be staffing both Tip and Milton Union tonight, in addition to that Gahanna Lincoln New Albany game. Now, what about Friday night in Columbus? Wrestling, Ohio State getting back on the mat, number 4 in the nation, against Columbia. We will be there, and you'll be able to read about it, as you can read everything on PressProsMagazine.com. Free, no paywall ever. We don't charge you for our content. Our great sponsors make that possible to you. And speaking of great sponsors, how about Lehman's Hardware and Old Time General Store, the exclusive sponsor of the Lowdown? And not just that, but they make it possible for you to win a $50 gift card every single month. Right there are the directions. Send your entry to PressProsContest@gmail.com, PressProsContest@gmail.com, and we'll get you in the drawing, and we'll draw at the end of the month. And that's important because then you'll have the gift card in your hand in time to detour just 4 miles off Route 30 as you're headed to Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium for the state football championships in 3 weeks, kind of 2.5 weeks, really. And you'll be able to capture all kinds of awesome swag at Lehman's, a store unlike any other you've ever seen. You got to trust me on that. Just detour 4 miles south, walk in, and you'll see. And chances are you won't have built enough time into your schedule to spend enough time at Lehman's, because you can spend hours, I said, not minutes, not 1 hour, hours in Lehman's browsing their unique one-of-a-kind inventory, which includes some one-of-a-kind Amish items which they buy from local craftsmen. Now, why are they one of a kind? Because the Amish craftsmen make as much as they can make to sustain their way of life and their families, and they sell all of their goods to Lehman's. So there's no place else that you'll be able to get those items because they can't make more than they're already making. Phenomenal products at Lehman's, but it's not just Amish handcrafted local items. It's stuff you've seen on Shark Tank. It's stuff you thought wasn't made anymore, particularly their soda pop candy. It's just an amazing place. You got to trust me on it. It's like a museum, like a step back in time, like a step into the future, an amazing kitchen section, an amazing like personal care section with lotions and all natural products. Amazing place, Lehman's. You're going to love it. Check it out online, LEHMANS.com, LEHMANS.com. Send your entries in. Get in the gift card giveaway. Okay, So after that busy Friday, what are we doing all day Saturday? Are we sleeping? No, maybe a little bit into the wee hours or into the late hours of the morning, but then we're up and at 'em again on Saturday night. 2 huge games to cover, in addition to Ohio State, of course, playing at Maryland, which our Mark Snyder will be covering. We will have New Bremen and Fort Laramie, number 2, number 5 in Division 7. They are playing at, let me think. They're playing at Sydney. Yes, they're playing at Sydney. And then in Division 6, Marion Local, undefeated. The Beast rolls on, taking on Allen East. That's the 1 and the 2 in Division 6, Region 24. So we're staffing those on Saturday. You'll be able to read about them on PressPros, in addition to the Buckeyes, in addition to the Dayton Flyers. I didn't look up who the Flyers are playing, but they're really good. So watch out for head coach Anthony Grant's team. And we're happy to have Dayton basketball, in addition to Dayton football, on our site. And everything on our site, as I said, is free. No paywall ever. So thank you to you for watching. Thank you to Layman's for sponsoring. We'll see you out and about tonight at the games you are most excited about watching and that we are most excited about covering. Until then, have a great rest of your day from PressProsMagazine.com and our great friends at Layman's Hardware and Old Time General Store.